Dom Zebrate Kade Allah. Praise the Praise the Prophet Muhammad, and every son of that is called Muhammad. Praise Allah, Allah Akbar. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. Apologies, I was praying to the one and only God, Allah, because as we all know, Islam is a religion that should never be questioned and that we should all embrace it. Because I definitely don't want to appear as an Islamophobe and question Islam and its teachings, or the radical notion of ISIS, or anybody who is using terrorism in the name of Islam. Because as we all know, Islam is a peaceful religion. If you were easily triggered by that little joke I made, well, this video is not for you. And this video, on today's channel of Everyday Oppression, I'm going to be talking about why Islamophobia and Islamophobe are useless terms. Let's pray. Hi everybody, so another video here. Apologies for the lateness. As I stated before in my last video, I am house sitting for a friend, so I'm kind of juggling between my private life and responsibilities with the housekeeping and taking care of even more cats. So, today's video, why Islamophobia is a useless term. Well, in discussions about identity politics and SJW bullshit, basically anybody who uses the term Islamophobe to shut down people in conversation is not to just point out a phobia of Islam. Really, a phobia is a fear of something. When one can criticize and discuss ideas and ideology that is Islam, that is not necessarily a fear. It's basically a criticism of the teachings and the cultural practices within Islam. So I really love it when people trying to claim other people are Islamophobes when it does nothing. Like, it's detracting away the attention from critical thinking of the religious ideology of Islam. I am not a supporter of Islam. There is a reason why I do not support Islamic countries or Islamic ideology, is because it goes against me as a person. A lot of people will say that I am privileged because I live in Western society. I grew up in a first world country, so therefore you should know your place when it comes to other countries. Don't you dare judge them. Well, I say, stop telling people how to think and stop telling people that they cannot criticize different things. Islam is an ideology, usually in the Middle East. You know, it's a world away. But what I have learned from it by doing my own research is that it doesn't, it's not compatible with Western culture. It is not compatible with the Western societies. In Western societies, we see the most egalitarian laws in regards to placing men and women on equal standing. There's a lot of problems within the system, and I think a lot of it is in favor of women and not in favor of men. So there is that sense of imbalance. However, when it comes to our society, Western culture is the better civilization. We have equal rights for women. We uphold women, and like, they are not second-class citizens. In Islamic countries, women are subjugated to be second class. There's a lot of rules and regulations as to how men and women have to behave under Islamic ideology, whereas it's a lot different than in the West. Under Islamic countries that practice Sharia law, so Sharia law here is basically laws that subjugate women. They treat their gays horrible. They treat any form of minority or diverse group that is outside of Islam as the enemy. They will use Islam as a means to perform barbaric acts of violence and terrorism against these small minority groups. The difference here in Western society is that it's just, we don't really throw our gays off of buildings. Yeah, and we tend to listen more to women when they bitch and complain about equality and freedom of rights than we do just keeping them inside the house and chained to the stove. Islamophobe is a useless term, okay, because it's saying to us that Islam is the religious ideology that cannot be criticized, that cannot be broken down, that cannot be questioned. Now, you have to stop and think about this. Why is it only Islam that can't be criticized? Think about that one. The way that I fight against people who are trying to shame me as a person by calling me an Islamophobe is that I respond in this manner. Hey, are you a Catholic and follow the religion of Catholicism? No?
Catholic-phobe!
Do you call yourself a Christian? No?
Christian-phobe!
Do you practice witchcraft? Are you a pagan? No?
Well, you're a pagan-phobe!
Do you see the pattern here? Yeah, so basically anybody who uses Islamophobe in a form of discussion in regards to criticizing Islamic ideology is just bent on shutting you down because they want to appear tolerant, they want to appear good in the eyes of everyone around them, not realizing that they're actually harming honest and intellectual criticism of an ideology. All ideologies must be questioned, all ideologies must be criticized and broken down to see if whether or not it is good. If we are creating an environment where we actually can't criticize an idea, what does that tell you? Islam is intolerable of other people and their religion, other people and their cultures, other people and their societies that are not Islamic in nature. They are intolerant of anybody else.
And you can't sit with us. You can't sit with us!
Islamophobia is a useless term because you can apply that to any form of religion. You can apply that to any form of differences amongst people. Do you see how this works? It's a means to control the person that you're speaking to and make them feel shame. Make them feel like there's something wrong with them and that they will, it's as it says, is a reverse psychology. It's trying to construct the way we think and thus the way we act. Okay? They are trying to keep us in line. All right? By invoking this term of Islamophobia against the person that you're arguing with, they are trying to control the way you behave. You must never allow this to happen. You must throw back their logic back in their face. And that way, once they start realizing that Islamophobic is just a stupid fucking word, it's this way you can actually stand up for yourself and thus leave the space open to criticize different ideas. Okay? I am not a religious person. I've never really been a religious person, and I'm still not a fan of organized religion. But however, I do respect those who choose to have religion in their lives because I believe in the freedom of religion and freedom from religion. As long as you don't force your religious beliefs onto me, if I disagree with it, then we're fine. You can live on your side of the fence, and I can live on my side of the fence, and we can get along just peachy. But the moment that you think that your way is better or, we can't even discuss it, this is where the problem arises. All right? Do not force your ideas onto me if I choose not to follow them. It is the exact same with Islam, and we need to criticize it at all costs. And I find that feminists, liberals, SJWs, they are trying to slam us down from criticizing Islam in order to control the way we behave. They're essentially shooting themselves in the foot here, okay? Think about it. They're saying that you can't criticize Islam, and if you do in any way, you are attacking Muslims, you are attacking Islam, you are attacking this peaceful religion, the one that throws people off the buildings and stones women to death. Yep, any form of criticism makes you a bad person. But in their eyes, they want everybody in the room to know how sweet and tolerant they are. And if you disagree with them, then you're the bigot. For fuck's sakes.
Don't hold back, 'cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Don't hold back.
Anyways, guys, so Islamophobia is a useless term. If you are called an Islamophobe, just nod your head and be like, yep, that's right. You totally won the argument by calling me a mean name. That's still not going to stop me from criticizing an idea. And a really bad one at that. All right, guys, take care of one another. Bye.
Don't hold back, 'cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Don't hold back, if you think about it, so many people do.
The reason that is this whole Islamophobe thing became a word, it's kind of like reverse psychology. What are you, chicken? What are you, chicken? and you're gonna try and prove you're not chicken. What are you, Islamophobic? What, you don't want fucking people wandering around in trash bags with their 8 children? You must be afraid. And you're gonna try really hard because you're a nice white guy to prove that you're not afraid, so you're gonna roll over and accept this bullshit as your culture dies.
And he exits.